it sounds like Celtics have made a pick here at 38, and it sounds like it's going to be Jordan Walsh out of Arkansas.
Wow. Elite athlete, terrific defender. Can't shoot. Can't really shoot. So, again, just what I said, Brad didn't listen. He's smarter than me. But, man, this kid is an elite athlete and could be a lockdown defender. He is long, plays hard. You know, can the shot get better? I think it will because the kid's a worker. You know, he's a freshman at Arkansas. Some people had him as like a top 10 player in the country. He was never that. You know, he was a guy that probably should have come back to college, to be honest, because he could have turned himself into a lock first-round pick. But, again, great defender, high-character kid. But he's not going to give you a whole lot in terms of shooting.
6'6", 7'2" wingspan.
Can I say this though? I don't think that we need that much scoring. I mean, that's not the issue. To me, wasn't scoring. It was defending. It was when we didn't score, we couldn't get stops, and it bled into the other team scoring and us continue to jack up shots. I think we got enough scoring with Jaylen Brown. We got enough scoring with Jason Tatum. Kristaps Porzingis. We got scoring. It's about Al Horford could come in, Brogdon, Derek White. Yeah. It's about can you get stops. Let's not get it confused. Let's look at the finals, right? The last game. What was the score of that game, guys?
Yeah, low scoring for sure.
Yeah. And why was it low scoring? Because defense was out there being played, right? So I don't care how great of a shooter you are, and I consider myself one of the greatest shooters to play in this game, right? That's just, just what I think, and that's how I walked around this. That's how I always will walk around this earth, believing that. But the one thing that negated my great shot-making ability was good defense. Longer, rangy, physical, in your space all the time, able to move as quick as you to get up in your airspace. So I believe that that's the right way to go for the Celtics is finding more defense because we have enough scoring, but we got to get stops when we have to get stops.
19-year-old, 6'6", and averaged 7 points, 44% from the field, 4 rebounds. Those are just his numbers from Arkansas a year ago, but a talented team that made a little bit of noise in the tournament as well. I think they knocked off Illinois in the first round. And then they knock off Kansas in the second round. So I believe I'm remembering that correctly, Jeff. So they won some games.
No, and again, well coached. Like Eric Musselman, former NBA coach, goes hard at these kids. Like these kids are good. They have no choice but to play hard. He was on kind of a little bit of a dysfunctional team early. Again, as I said, he played with Nick Smith, the one I would have taken if they kept the 25th pick. Nick Smith was hurt in and out of the lineup all year. They didn't have a lot of shooting on that team around those guys. Anthony Black, the point guard who went number 6 tonight to Orlando, can't really shoot. So it was hard for Jordan Walsh. He didn't have a lot of space to operate with at Arkansas this year. But I really like the pick. I do. Don't get me wrong. I still, the way they play, I always feel like if they take a non-shooter, which Jordan Walsh kind of is right now, it's tough. But getting rid of Marcus Smart for Porzingis, that kind of changes things.
And every scouting report I read was kind of guy that will get on the floor for 50-50 balls, is going to do all the little gritty stuff. And if your culture is losing a Marcus Smart, then this is exactly the sort of player that I do think can find a role on this team. As everyone who comes to Boston at some point is going to have to do, he's going to have to more consistently knock down three-point shots. I think he was only 29% beyond the arc last season. But look, if all he does is come in and spares Jason and Jaylen from having to guard, wing, and show some defensive versatility, that might be enough to carve him out a role.
All right. So at this point, and to my knowledge, they do not have another pick tonight, right? None of these were converted into another second rounder at the moment. So
we're done?
Well, no, we're hanging out, but I'm just clarifying because there were so many kind of kicking the can down the road and just for second round picks. The Celtics picked Jordan Walsh at 38. 39, they drafted Mohamed Gay, but it sounds like that's going elsewhere, and they got another second-round pick for that. But I think that's a future second-rounder, so it'd be in future years. So that's kind of where we stand. At this point, looks like they have just one player in Jordan Walsh.
Brings the night full circle. What did we start the night saying? Like, it's all about second-round picks and accumulating assets, and it's not sexy. It's not always going to be fun, and yet, like, this will benefit the team long-term if they are able to take swings at the bat.
All right, let me throw something out there. Do you think that with Bradley Beal getting 6 second-round picks, do you think that we could be stockpiling these second-round picks to maybe get off salary?
Ooh. If nothing else, like you call a team, you're like, hey, we need to get off Brogdon's money. We can't carry this for 2 more seasons. Every pick you have is a chance to make a deal.